Hi, this is Dustin Burrell with CIS 102 Networking class. Basically what we're going to be doing is configuring the routers in the RIPv2 command, and basically just to get started, you go on the router 1, but give you a little background. This is a very rarely used modern network. It is usually used as a foundation for understanding basic networking routing. In this activity, you will configure a default route RIPv2 with appropriate network statements and passive interfaces and verify full connectivity. So let's go into our router 1. That's where we need to get started. Go to your command line interface, enable conft, and our first command that we want to do is the IP route. So go IP route 0.0.0.0 0.0.0.0, and we will be doing our work on serial 0/0/1 that goes to the internet. You put that in, you'll see the message pop up saying that it's not if it's not point to point, it may have a problem, basically in layman terms. But right here you'll see that that's alright, I didn't want it off anyway. Okay. Alright. Just hover over it, and that's serial 001 that we're working with to the internet. So back to router 1, getting into our first command in config mode. Step 1 was the default route. Step 2, enter RIP protocol configuration mode. You want to do router RIP to get in there, and we want version 2. After you type in version 2, your completion rate should go from 12 to 17%. No auto summary. We're already at 22%. And now we got to get our networks connected. And just to show you what networks we're going to do on this, it'll be 1 and 2, because that's the two networks that are connected to router 1. So we'll need to type those addresses in. Type a network before it, 192.168.1.0. Then do the other one. After you put these two networks in, your completion rate should be up to 32%. And do not miss this step after you do. Okay, this is an important step too. Now that we configured the version 2, and we did the auto summary, we configured the networks, now we need to do the LAN port that contains no router so that it does not send out any routing information. And just so to give you guys a head up, it's interface G00 for all three of them. But you have to have the right command. You have to have passive interface G0/0. That command is going to allow the traffic to pass through the interface. Here is an important command that you cannot miss after here, because this is the command that I missed on my last video, and I decided to redo the video because I missed it. F on part 1. Advertise the default route configured in step 1A with other RIP routers. The way that we do this is we type in default information originate. With this command, it'll make all three of them originate together. And once again, said it was an incorrect command. And as you see that I typed it incorrectly, the whole problem I was having last video is something so stupid and simple as this. Do not forget your minus sign dash in between there, or else it will not report the command. As you can see, I did it correctly that time, and my completion rate went up to 45% out of 100 on this project so far. And now I just want you to do a copy, run, start. Do the copy, run, start, and we are done with router 1. Moving on to router 2. Get that to hide behind you. Router 2, we're not going to have to do as many steps, but it's all about basically the same steps. But we've already done A, which we set up the default route, which is going to be set up for R1, and it'll be set up for Actually, you just have to set it up for R1. Sorry, I'm getting a little confused. But on A, enter the RIP protocol configuration mode, just like we did in R1. Get in global exec mode, and we want to hit router RIP version 2. After you type that in, you have it all in the right correct version. Now we need to auto summarize it. Completion rate's going up as we're doing this. Configure the networks. In this one, there's going to be 3 networks. I'll show them to you real quick. 2, 3, and 4. Those are the 3 that we need to make sure we get in here for a network. Make sure you start with 2. Don't do a little slip up and accidentally start with 1. Those 3 networks right there. And then we gotta do the interface. G0/0, enter. And we should be at 75% now. And we are. Do copy, run, start. You guys ever get lost, and this is what I did in my last video because I noticed that I messed up. You can always go here and check your results. It's actually really cool because there you know that you did your router 1 and router 2, right? We just have to configure router 3. That's what we're going to go do right now. On router 3. Just basically repeat step 2 on router 3. So basically go to router 3, command line interface, and we're going to enter the protocol command. Yeah, let's see here, we want router RIP, oops, got to spell it right. And then when you're in router version 2, in version 2 you want the no auto summary. We're at 85%. Configure the interface that contains no routers. Oh, yeah, we already did that. So now we need to put the networks in. And for this one, there's only 2 networks. It should be 4 and 5. And it is 4 and 5. So let's put our networks in. There's 1. 5. There you go. And after we get the interface networks in there, we want to make sure we get the passive interface in too. Yes, and that's interface. G0/0. And after we get the passive interface in, we're at 100% completion. And now we just gotta go test the connectivity. Do copy, run, start. And we can get out of 3. So verify connection is last seen. Verify routing tables of R1, 2, and 3. Use the appropriate command to show the routing table of the R1 RIP. R now appears with connected C and local L routes. In the routing tables, all networks have entry. Okay, so we're just going to do that real quick. Alright, so the only thing left to do that we have here is configure, view the routing tables. And we're going to go to router 1, and you got to enter the correct command to be able to view this. And you just put show IP route. As you can see, here's our gateway of last resort is 0000 to the network 000 because that's the one that we created. It's connected to C, as it said, and L for local. And there's all our configurations done for that. We'll go check out router 2. It'll just be a little different. Get out of configure router mode. Do show IP route. As you can see, the network last resort's a little different on that because of how we set up the network. It's connected to C and L. Then we'll check out router 3. Same thing. And there we are. 4.2 because of where the network's at. And our last thing to do is just to verify connectivity. We'll do a PDU from PC3 to PC1, and in progress usually it will fail, but we'll do another one because the ARP table will be set up now. And go right there and it's successful. We'll try another one from here down to the server and it failed, but we'll try again. Get the table set up. See if it made it. Successful. So we'll delete all those and just show a really quick scenario of launching here to here. Successful. Yeah, we should be able to go PC to switch to. That one failed. Oh yeah, we didn't do that one first yet. Okay, let's go PC2 to web server. Successful. Now we can go PC2 to S2 and it will be successful. So that's basically all there is to do to this video, and I appreciate you guys watching it. Any questions or concerns, or actually no concerns, I don't want to be your psychiatrist, but any questions, comments about the video, I'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for joining me. You guys have a good day.